Hello all. Bit of an update on the Y-wings. Thought it's a time to put something up. Now we've got quite a lot of work done on, and yeah, it has been a journey so far. So anyway, this is prototype number 1. This one is my good friend Ollie's, and it's coming out all right. Pretty happy so far. Managed to get the final resin castings made and planted on. I'll show you the underside in a sec. And a coat of primer across everything. Everything's had a little bit of a sand in. There's a few little sins I've still got to attend to, but overall, yeah, pretty happy. Various details that I've tried to emulate as close as possible to the sketch by Johnston. Not easy. I mean, we've got this weird little thing here. Makes no sense in the sketch, so I just literally made it as I saw it. So it looks like some weird kind of flap that's extending up. Yeah, just very literal, almost. Just taking everything as literal as I could, to keep in line with the artwork, as it were. Sorry, the canopies fell off there. But now we've got the seat. So we've got a seat mastered in there, which is just a scratch built styrene affair in approximately somewhere between 148 and 143. You know, that's kind of the aim. It hasn't got a set in stone exact scale because it's a spaceship and doesn't actually exist in the real world. But yeah, somewhere around that size. So this one here now is pretty close to base coat, I would think. There's just a few little areas that I just want to attend to, and I think I can go ahead and get this one into more than likely an Archive X Reefer white base coat. I think that'll suit it nicely, and yeah, allow me to get some nice accent hues on it. Kind of thinking along the lines of obviously a white base coat, very white Y-wing, keeping in line with, you know, Joe Johnston's sketch, but obviously then Ralph McQuarrie artwork. So yeah, white base coat, thinking grey accents and some orange accents. You know, just something that makes it look real pretty. But yeah, finally managed to get the lower shields on here, which have come out pretty good. Let's see if I can zoom into those. There we go. Yeah, you've got these weird sort of heat shields here, and then in the artwork you've got this strange, just random one that, you know, on one side there. So scratch built that in. So yeah, that is the Y in pretty much its entirety, and how they're going to look. Now, it's a very bespoke, I think is the best word, model. As you know, it's a 3D printed core with 3D printed engine cans, which is then all scratch built upon. Yeah, so you've got a very solid, very strong core. Wings are integral, so everything's very solid there. But the rest of the model is going to be quite a bespoke affair, because you've got resin scratch built and donor part plantons, you've got vac formed engine shells over the top of the 3D print. Cockpit is obviously resin cast, but the engines, you know, the whole of the engines is all styrene detailing, so it's not going to be you know, like a generic resin kit. You know, each one's going to have its own little nuances, which I think I've always kind of liked that about doing little runs and commissions and whatnot. But yeah, each one will have its own character, which I'm excited about actually. But yeah, very happy how this has turned out. Literally the one thing I've got to do to this now is add the canopy turret guns, and those I am waiting on some metal stock to arrive, so I can just create some sleeving turret detail just to carry the two. We've decided on 2 blaster cannons, me and Ollie. We've been chatting and we can see 2 pencil lines in the artwork, so we're going to go with 2 turret cannons there. So that's going to be the idea. But yeah, overall I'm really happy. The castings are as clean as I can muster, and they are pretty damn clean, save for the odd tiny little air bubble here and there, which again, you know, if I do get one, I'm either filling it or doing a new casting, so everything is just as nice as I can possibly make it. But yeah, managed to get everything cast pretty good without the use of a pressure pot. It's tedious and hard work, but it's paid off. So yeah, we're going to go forward from there. So this one's going to go into base coat. This second one, which is the second prototype, which I'm guessing I'll be keeping, that is, it's not far behind actually. It's really not far behind this one. I've literally just got to finish off some bits and bobs on this here engine, and then add some of the fine details that have been added to this, such as this flap and you know, these shields around these boosters and just stuff like that really. So not a lot whatsoever. Now what I will do is I will take prototype 1, remove the cockpit, and flip her over so you can get an idea of the underside. So it's nothing too elaborate, just nice clean details, not too many kit parts. There are some kit parts under there, all within the correct time period. Like you've got the insert here from the Ford DFV, and there's some hosing on that. I was insisting on using some actual hosing rather than straight plumb piping, but then you've also got plumbed piping here. Lots of detail on the underside of the wings. That's all styrene work, none of that's resin. So mainly resin is used for the kit parts and the major plantons, such as, I mean, this entire neck piece, if the camera will just focus, but that neck piece there, that was scratch built and then resin cast, but it's come out lovely. Engine, the exhausts, they came out really nicely. Again, those are resin cast exhausts that I scratch built, and then in there are the Arvid heat sinks, which I decided to put in there, and I was going to use you know, the alloy ones, and Ollie said I can print those exactly like that, and I said, oh really? So he did, and he printed them, and they came out absolutely fantastic. So they were just nice and easy to bond in there, and yeah, they just really seemed to suit it. They fitted straight into the exhaust like a glove. So yeah, very happy about that. So yeah, there we are. That is the Y-wing. I mean, if I hold it there in my hand, you can see the size of it. Just slide the cockpit back on, and there she blows. Very happy with that, you know. It's kind of what I saw in my head. As I said, at Spacecrafts, when we did Spacecrafts, I took the prototype cockpit along. This is what I saw in my head. It's kind of what I wanted to achieve in the aesthetic. Ollie just, again, I say this a lot, but you know, just from the drawings and the dimensions I gave Ollie and just certain things I asked him to do, he nailed it. The hull with the components over the top has worked out absolutely fantastic. So yeah, really happy with that. So yeah, we should see it in paint very soon. I really am excited to paint it because I'm really excited for Ollie to get this as the first one, which, you know, it's nice to do that. I will get some imagery at some point against my little Return of the Jedi studio scale Y-wing, because it's one of the reasons I decided to build this in roughly a 1/48 kind of scale, because yeah, it'd look cool between that and the little prop store Jedi model. So yeah, that's where we are on the Y-wing Joe Johnston sketchbook Joe Johnston Y-wings even. And yeah, I think once I've got this into paint, I'm just going to go ahead and start asking whomever wants one commissioned. I'm not sure if it'll be a run, but more like a commission. I think that's a safer way to do it, maybe. Here is one that's already underway. And this one didn't have the... I think I did put that in a video recently. This one I didn't skin the hull, I'm just skinning the wings, and so far so good. All I do need to do, I just need to finish this hull off and then get it into primer, and just to make sure it's the same level as these ones that are skinned in styrene, which I think it will be, and it actually makes the process, it skips a step in the process that isn't actually required, I think, but more on that as we go. You know, I'll know when it's actually in primer and had a thorough check over. You can see there we've put the little pilot holes in there for these. This is something that changed during the prototype run, those little railings there. The original ones, I wanted this square to round shape as a resin casting, but they were just too fragile. They were just so fragile. So I said to Ollie, I'm going to try them out of the tried and tested metal. These are actually, it's actually stainless steel rod, that is. So I bent them out of stainless steel, fitted them, and they came out really good actually. So I'm happy with those. So they're nice and strong now. As is, you know, everything on the back end. You know, it's robust enough with adequate packaging, and you know, don't go flying it around like a Hasbro toy. It's gonna be fine. But yeah, more on that as I get this one further along. But yeah, I don't think it'll be long before, you know, other people might be able to have something like this in their collection. But obviously, first port of call is this one for Ollie, who has been just instrumental in making it happen. So I've got to make the paintwork pop now, so no pressure there. But I'm sure I can rustle something up. Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully maybe this is something I could do kind of like a painting video on, because it's going to be more of a seat of my pants job. So I'll try do a paint video on this, and you know, just a bit of fun. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Thanks for all subscribing. Really do appreciate it. And I'll speak to you all soon.